Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. If you're here, say hi so I know you're here. And if you come on later and watching the replay, type replay in the comments. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about my favorite personal development audio of all time. So this is, I looked for it. I couldn't find the CD because I listen to this mostly on audio now. I don't have a CD, but it's Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is one of my very, very favorite personal development people ever. I mean, I have gotten more out of him than anybody, and I have paid for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of training and seminars and all kinds of stuff. And this particular audio, Building Your Network Marketing Business, in my opinion, is the #1 best personal development CD of all time. You can literally go to his website on Jim Rohn. I think it's jimrohn.com or something. You can search for this title, but and you can buy an audio that you can download for only like $2 or $3. I mean, or you can buy the CD, I think, from Amazon for pretty reasonable. But he talks about, I mean, technically this audio is about network marketing. It's build your network marketing business, right? So it's technically about network marketing, but seriously, this is personal development stuff, and this is stuff that will help you no matter what business you're in. If you're in network marketing business, it's for you. But even if you're not, I really think you'll get something out of this. I have listened to it over and over and over again. Richard and I both, for probably the last 10, 15 years, we've listened to it over and over again. And it's funny, it's just one audio, but every time I listen to it, I get something new out of it. I guess it's where I'm at that time. I mean, this man is amazing. So, he talks about so many things. He talks about awakening to the opportunity. He talks about paying attention to the opportunities that are around you and being open to them. He talks about profits are better than wages. He says wages will make you a living, but profits can make you a fortune. It's all about working in a job or building your own business. In a job, you can make a living, absolutely. But if you're working in your own business or whatever with profits, the sky's the limit. It's up to you. The more you put into it, the more you can make. Whereas in a job, you're limited to how much they're paying you, right? So a side hustle or a part-time business, in addition to your day job, can be huge in your life because, and I love what he says. He goes, I work full-time on my, living, and I work part-time on my fortune. And that, and then he tells the story about how, when he was doing network marketing, he got to a point where he was making 3 times as much with his network marketing business than he was with his day job. But he had a hard time giving up his day job because then he had to give up that story where he says, I work part-time on my fortune and full-time on my making a living, right? And so he talks about the magic of part-time. He talks about if you just take 10 to 15 hours a week and you really make the most of that time, it's amazing what you can accomplish. And especially on top of a day job, he talks about $1,000 a month. That if you talk to somebody about an opportunity where you made $1,000 a month, most people would scoff at you. They'd be like, so what, $1,000 a month? I can't live off of that. But $1,000 a month on top of your day job, that's huge. That's life-changing. That is literally life-changing. That can change somebody's entire life. It can pay off your house. It can pay off your bills. It can make it so that your kids can have, if you have a child that needs special medical care and it's expensive. And it's just amazing what $1,000 a month on top of your regular income can do. And he talks about that, the magic of part-time. He talks about the set of the sale. It's not what happens to you that determines your future. It's what you do about what happens to you that matters the most. That's the most important thing. It's not what happens to you, because we all have things happen to us, but it's how you deal with it and what you do with what happens to you. He talks about the law of averages. He talks about if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. And then once it starts, then it will usually continue. So if you talk to 10 prospects and you get 1 to join you, your averages. And he tells them, I love this. He says, if you're an amazing person and you talk to 10 prospects and you get 9 to join, and I talk to 10 prospects and get 1 to join, and we're in a contest, I'll beat you. Because you'll talk to 10 prospects, you'll get 9 to join, and I'll talk to like 100 prospects and I'll get 10 to join, and it's really, if you know your ratio, And so if you kind of track it and you know what your ratio is, it's amazing. And you can, it's literally in your own hands. Your success is in your own hands because you know what your ratio is. He talks about the law of sowing and reaping. You know, he talks about your value is based on what you provide to the marketplace, what you give out rather than what you need. You know, he says it doesn't say in the good book that if you need a harvest, you'll get one. It says if you plant, you will reap, right? Not if you need. And spot on again, you know, it's what you provide to the marketplace is what's going to come back to you. He talks about developing new skills. He talks about what I make up in numbers. I can make up in numbers what I lack in skills. So if I'm new, I can talk to more people and I can get a couple of people to join. And to join my business or to sell, you know, buy my products or whatever. And as I get better at it, my ratio goes up and I can talk to less people and have better success. So it's all about developing those skills, and the more you develop them, the easier it gets for you. He talks, oh my gosh, he talks about everything. He talks about living the good life. You know, he talks about the greatest value in life is not your bank account. It's not your house. It's not, you know, it's not the things that you have in your life. He talks about what living a good life is. He talks about what it takes to be happy. And he talks about the things that we all need in our life, and he goes into how to go after those. Now, I'm not going to tell you everything he says because you'll want to listen to it yourself. He does way better than I'm doing. I'm just kind of recapping it. But he talks about for things to change, you have to change. You know, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting what you've been getting. And he says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. I tell that to myself. In fact, I have little things from Jim Rohn that I say to myself all the time. So don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Work on yourself and get better every single day. Accept new challenges because you can't grow without a challenge, right? There's another saying that comes from the CD that he says, when you get your own world, you can create it any way you want. And I repeat that all the time. When things aren't going right, or when Avon is doing something, I don't want them to do it that way, or I want them to change something. I just remind myself when I get my own Avon or my own company, then I can do it any way I want, right? I mean, this guy is amazing. You know, he died about, Jim Rohn, he died about, I'm not sure, I want to say 10 years ago, something like that. And Richard and I, we go to a lot of network marketing cruises and events and stuff with the top earners in all the different companies. We have a lot of friends in all the different companies, which has really opened up a lot of opportunities for us. And it's also helped us to develop as people, because when you're around people who are successful, it rubs off on you. You know, you learn how to think like they do, and you learn how to talk like they do. But one of the amazing benefits of hanging around with these people was when Jim Rohn died, Richard and I were invited to his memorial. And it was in LA, and we were living in Ventura, California at the time. So it was just, you know, a 2-hour drive or whatever. And we went to his memorial, and it was so amazing. It was so sad. I mean, we were crying. Everybody was crying because this man was such an amazing man. But you know what? Get this video, get this audio, Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. Get this audio, whether you're in Avon, whether you're in some other company, whether you're not even in direct sales or network marketing at all, but you're just trying to better yourself. You will be happy you got it. It is my favorite of all time. Anyway, thanks for being here with me today. Oh, you know what? Get down below and tell me what's your favorite personal development. Who's your favorite personal development coach? Or hey, if you have some platitudes from Jim Rohn, I'd love to hear those because there's so many of them. So get back down below and tell me about it, okay? Anyway, talk to you later. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.